Hello there, this is Cookies. I have turn 6 of M.A. Naba, if I remember right. And we've got a double expand this turn. One is in Finica, and the other one is in Nace. I'm just going to call that Nace. So in Finica, we've got our 8 Sacreds. See a good number of Indies. But hopefully our 19 Defense will carry us to victory. We've got some Javelins. Do pretty well against the Javelins. We get a little bit scattered. So these two get surrounded, which is not good, because they're going to get harassed down and killed. We get a lucky morale roll on the heavy infantry, so they leave. We have a little bit of a 1v1 here, where he loses to light infantry. Ah, okay. So this one is a replay bug, because so the game is very new. They've been patching it frequently, and so this is maybe an argument for also doing the turns live, because this is definitely a replay bug. We don't get quite the same sort of bad luck, so we only end up losing 2, and we end up clearing out this PD. So that replay is very far off. That would have been a disaster. In Nace, we've got the archers here. So we run up, we kill this guy. I think we take another unlucky arrow, which I don't think we take in the actual run through. Oh no, we do. We do lose that jam guard. Okay. So a little bit of a replay bug there, but what I should have done was move these guys out last turn to support these parties and kind of regenerate them, because they were starting to pick up some attrition, and we're just now moving them out. So what that means is I'm not going to expand this turn, and that's a pretty huge mistake, because we probably could have gone and taken Dragon Ridge and maybe had a bump with Pyrene over it, or we could have moved into Light Hills or gotten in position for Light Hills, something like that. So I don't know. That was a pretty big macro error. But we've got a little bit of a party here. We're going to bring in some reinforcements for the Prophet. We've got 10 Sacreds for him. We're going to gather up here, and we're going to go after Uliatham. We've started setting borders with Abyssia, and there was some back and forth over it, all very friendly. I think Abyssia has other designs, and I don't want to get attacked by Abyssia. So what's going to happen is Abyssia is going to get all of his cave exits, and we're going to kind of set a border along here. My goal is to take Blue Coast, so I was pretty open about that. So if he can expand this way, and these all look like great provinces, so hopefully he's okay with that. But hopefully we can send the kitty up this way, away from us. That's all I really care about. And with 3 cave exits, if we're friendly on 2 of them, maybe most of the sacreds will come out of this one and stay away from us too. So that's kind of the idea there. And we're setting up for our next set of expansions. So we're bringing some sacred reinforcements down for here. So we're bringing a couple of replacements to replace the 2 we lost. A few of these guys got afflictions, but I think we'll be okay. And we've got some camel riders to help out too. And I think we're going to see if we can take Othalef or Panuonia is what I was thinking about going after next. And then the Uliatham. Pyrene and I were talking about this, and we were still having some somewhat tense negotiations over this bridge. I know False God does not like being pinned in, but I also would not like the idea of having just a 1 province string coming out here. I think that would just set us up for fighting and not a long-term peace, which is I think what Byrene and I both want. So maybe we can talk about Dragon Ridge at some point, and that's what we kind of decided on, was we'd both go in other directions and leave Dragon Ridge alone for now. But I think I'm going to want this side of the river, at least for a certain distance. Otherwise, I'm just not going to be viable. So need to get probably at least 15 provinces, especially considering some of my provinces are pretty mediocre. So we'll see what we can do. And I was really hoping to get Hubberton, but it's already been taken by Bandar. So we'll see what we can do. This turn we're getting 7 Sacreds, so a pretty good turn for Sacreds, and we're getting our Sahir. He'll be finishing this turn. We've started our Hermit Sahir, and we're getting a couple of camels here. We're getting some camels here. This guy, camel here, camel commander to help with logistics, a scout. And that reminds me, so this turn we were going to bid on Hector's Heavy Horseman. I think we're going to do a 538 bid. I was talking to False God. He asked me if I was bidding on them. I said yes. He said he was also bidding on them. And then I think a few hours later, very early in the morning, at 1 or 2 in the morning, I decided maybe trying to outbid the whole lobby for Hector's Heavy Horseman wasn't a great idea. Like, if we got them, it would be fantastic, because they're definitely going to take provinces. But they're worth probably more than 500 gold in terms of what people are probably going to bid for them. So I end up canceling my bid and putting in all the foreign recruit stuff. And that'll also be nice because we'll start building up our camel numbers off of that. So that's what I end up doing instead. Yeah, because I think these guys would probably want maybe like a 600 or 700 bid. This lobby is very active on the Merc market. You can see Agartha picked up the Fire Strikers. Phaecia took the little Mercado guys, and there's like none of them left. I took Boggets. Like, it's been a very active Merc market. We see Vanarus getting underwater using Mercs. So, yeah, well, maybe we need to lean on our foreign rec a little bit more rather than the Merc market. And maybe that'll help us build up some more power for a first war as well. All right, so that's what we're doing there. That's what we're recruiting. In terms of research, it's 7 wasted points, but I do kind of end up picking Conjuration 1. I think I need to go down to Conjuration 2 to have something I could use. Summon Hawk would be really nice in battle. My air mages could summon that to distract enemies with. Summon Storm Power is nice for later in the game. Summon Ogres would be a good way for my Earth ones to contribute to a siege. And Tapestry of Dreams could be okay. It's a scrying. It's kind of an expensive scry, so I'm not sure if I would want to cast that. And Nabah gets a lot of, they get recruit everywhere scouts, so I'm not sure if I'll end up casting that. But yeah, we do get some good stuff in Conjuration too, so maybe this is just getting us a little bit closer to that. And then I end up canceling Blood 1, but I think Blood 1 would actually be pretty okay if I even got 1 Garnet Sorceress. My reason for delaying it is when I start recruiting the Garnet, maybe I go and get Blood 1, and then that Blood 1 can do stuff. So, and then we've got a scout here, because I'm curious if Bandar or Vanarus will move into Panuonia. We can see the cat moved up here. We're going to move a scout up here and see what's in the swamp. We can see that Agartha is here. And we can also see that Abyssia did not immediately attack Agartha. So it seems like they're doing like a Cave Bros thing a little bit. And in terms of this is kind of odd. So he went through a throne to get to this cave exit rather than maybe through one of these. So we're going to go check out what the Caverns of Neck is and see where he came from. If he didn't take an Awake Expander, maybe we would have had more time to take some of this area. But because he did, and of the kind of weird path he took, we ended up with Abyssea 2 away from our cap. Hellscale's Abyssea. So unfortunate, and you can see how awful these scales are. So yeah, I think that's it for this turn. And I'll go ahead and see what I can do for the next turn in turn 7. So yeah, in terms of expansion here, I'm thinking I need to get some of these down here. I need to try and get something in here. These are promised to Abyssea, so we're looking at Jarib or Panuonia, and then I really need to get up in here. Otherwise, I'm just going to be so small that I'll be so small that I'll basically have to launch into an early war. And if I get invaded and killed, then that's just how it needs to be, because I don't like playing as an especially small player and just turtling. So I think we'd want to try and do something. Make a play or die, so to speak. So that's what we're looking at now. And if I get a decent amount of this, maybe I can get to 15 provinces and be somewhat viable. So that's kind of the idea there. So yeah, I'll go ahead and see you in turn 7. Have a good one.